Yeah, I have the story here about this hip hop meeting in 1991. Only thing is that
it's long.
It's long, so I can't read this to you for you guys. It would be boring, even though it's in small type. So
I'll tell you, I'm pretty sure Professor Griff. There's a video out there of him talking about that exact meeting and like how the next day it was all different.
It's 15 minutes long.
Wait a minute.
No,
all I have to do is put Professor, and Professor Griff comes up.
Dude, he's
That's weird.
But
now this is the
something about Ferguson.
NWA. This was
he's talking about Ferguson. This is.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's pretty active.
Huh.
Professor Griff.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. I wouldn't even know where to start, and we get to sift through all the stuff now. It's probably not.
Yeah, but read up on that. The hip hop meeting of 1991. And you know what? It makes perfect fucking sense. And why would they make that up? Why would that... Seriously, why would that be made up? Of all things to make a conspiracy about, why are you going to make a conspiracy about why hip-hop got bad? So we're going to make a conspiracy about why rock music turned into whatever it is right now? You know, there's some good hip-hop out there. It's just a matter of what the culture likes to be advertised with. What the culture likes to be marketed to with.
Yeah, exactly. It's not talent. The talent doesn't matter anymore.
So that's why I really do. I give this credence, because why would you create a conspiracy over what is being pushed as popular? You know, it's just like it had to be real. It has to be real. It turned an entire demographic of people into not critically. Think about all the earlier. I mean, the rap of the late '80s, early '90s, when it started getting really fucking political. I mean, it wasn't blind hatred. It was real Rage Against the Machine kind of insight on the system. It was real fucking thought. It was real and patriotic in its own way too. You know?
That's what that's what people need to listen to Tupac. He talked about all that shit, man.
Especially
towards the later part of his career.
Well, that's what it was, because he was doing the whole gangster rap for a while, but that's like a lot of his later stuff, which is it's kind of weird.
Well,
I think most people think it's weird that he obviously got killed after all that stuff.
And around the time he got killed, he was pushing, like, he wanted like all the black rappers to like unite, and like they couldn't have that. Yeah. The black rapper actually putting something out there with like essence back, they couldn't have that.
But think about the reason why. Think about everything. Okay, now rock music was integral during the '60s and the '70s. Creedence, Lynyrd Skynyrd, anybody that's out there, the Beatles, making political statements, Hendrix. Go on and on. People who were
Lennon was the biggest threat.
Lennon was a huge threat. But as that started turning into something else with hard rock, glam metal, all that other stuff, what rock became was no longer a threat to the system.
Of course.
But then at the same time, hip-hop was becoming a huge threat to the system. These were independently thinking rebels, man. And it was gaining ground. People were waking up through hip-hop again. Rock did it first, hip-hop was doing it again, and that is why I think it definitely had to be dumbed down. Yeah. It had to be. Well, think about if we had that... Oh.
No, you can't.
It's true.
About
music
the
is
struggle.
very fucking important.
About struggling before, about life in the streets. Now it's like, oh, I got $100 million.
Yeah,
I got this kind of car. This bitch sucked my dick this night. I'm fucking coming on this bitch's face.
Big dick, big
fuck
ass.
that motherfucker's mother. Like, it's fucking ridiculous, and people fucking listen to it.
And let's go back and just reiterate. That's not saying that in the '90s. All the years throughout the '90s that hip hop didn't have bad artists and bad shit coming out. Every era has great music and bad music.
Yeah.
It's just that right now you have to look very, very hard for good music.
Yeah,
you have to go searching on your own.
Since this is like kind of still on topic, I'm going to read just one single paragraph of this article that actually you could find if you just go you can, if you just type in we're brainwashed to like pop music, it's going to pop up on several things. It was recently posted, I think earlier on this month, August 10th. You're going to see a shitload of websites post the same article, and pretty much it talks about payola. It talks about, like, you know, how we're brainwashed to like these pop songs. You think that, you know, how you always hear people like, oh man, I'm sick of hearing that song, I'm sick of that song. But you know something? But you know, the song's growing on me now. You know, it is catchy. Like I do sing it, because this is so. Here's a little section. Most people assume that they hear a song everywhere because it's popular. That's not the case. A song is popular because it's played everywhere. It is technically illegal for major labels to pay radio stations directly to play certain songs, but that doesn't mean it doesn't happen. The phenomenon is called payola, an amalgam of words pay and whatever the fuck. And it was rampant in the 1960s up through the 80s, during which period the music industry was literally run by the mob. It still happens today, even though it isn't blatant. Labels pay independent promoters to incentivize radio stations to play their music or create program caps to make sure a song gets enough plays to have its effect. There's real neuroscience behind the strategy. If you hear something enough, you'll start to like it.
Yeah, everything was better when the mob controlled it. Even the fucking United States government, they kept them in check too.
First of all, the government went to the mob to help win World War II.
Yeah, they did. Lucky Luciano.
The Italian mafia played integral parts in some aspects of World War II being won by the Americans.
Yeah, Lucky Luciano. I don't know however many years he was supposed to serve, whatever may have been life. I'm not sure, but after that, they released him. They released them.
Yeah, go check out the Italian mob, the Italian mob's involvement in World War the Allied response in World War II.
The only way we got into Sicily, into Italy, was Lucky Luciano, and he was in prison. That's how powerful he was.
Yeah, man, that's power.
And this shit's going on. This is not just like, you know. People should know this shit. They should, you know, it's not, it doesn't exist. These aren't stories that are made up. I mean, why would they be made up?
It
makes sense.